All right, the final example that I'm going to go through isn't really any different than some of the ones we've done in the past. The only difference here is that I've thrown a couple extra numbers into there, putting coefficients in front of the x's. So that just kind of switches things up a little bit when we multiply things together, and it can create a little bit bigger numbers inside of our expressions. But don't be too afraid of that. We do everything here exactly the same. So the first thing we do is we're going to multiply these together and multiply those together. Okay, so the first one here, I'll put a little arrow there, is going to be 2x squared minus 8x plus 3x minus 12. Simplify this down, 2x squared minus 5x minus 12, and there is the first one. All right. Second one, multiply these together again. Okay, and again, you can try these out kind of on your own, unless you just want to kind of watch and then go through the answer. 12x minus 20. Or if you see a mistake that I make, you can always send that to me as well. That's always delightful. I try to do these as quick as possible, as straightforward as possible, but also correct. But as you may know from class, that doesn't necessarily always happen. So this is when we multiply things out. Okay, multiply them together, come up with the full expanded polynomials, simplify them down, so we put all of our like terms together, and then now we're going to add. Okay, and we're going to add some bigger numbers together, and again, I'm going to do this in a little bit slower form. 2x squared plus 15x squared. Two positives, so we're just putting together positives, so there's just 17x squareds. Okay, there's 17 of them, as we don't have, that kind of is as big as we're going to get there. Then, and again, we'll do different colors for each of them as well. Okay, we have negative 5x. Now I'm putting it into brackets because I want to recognize that it is a negative that we're putting together. So we have 5 negatives and 13 negatives. Okay, when we're adding negatives together, we're just finding out how many negatives do we have. And if we have 5 of them and 13 of them, the total is 18 negatives, and the x just stays exactly the way that it is. And finally, we have negative 12, and we're adding negative 20, and this is exactly the same. This is negative 32. And I'm not too worried about the brackets there over here because we don't have any operations there. We're just kind of told it's these are negatives. All right, so 17x squared minus 18x minus 32. And that right there is our final answer. Putting together our, we're multiplying our terms, our binomials together. This is the expand part. Simplify with like terms, and then add our two finished trinomials together to come up with a final answer. Your assignment for this section here is FA 8.04, numbers 1 to 7. Make sure that you are showing your work and make sure that you are displaying exactly what you have done in the work.